Hi everybody, welcome again to another Low on Health Rambling, where I kind of go over what I've been doing the last past week or so. Today is Friday, June 11th, 2010. It's around 5:38 p.m. Doing this after work as normal. Just another good solid week. It's nice having a job and having something to do. Actually, I mean the weekends nowadays, it's kind of like, all the free time I have now, it's like, I actually would rather be working if they would pay me normal hours. I wouldn't even ask for overtime, but that's just me and my work ethic, and I just get kind of antsy. I'll probably end up doing some yard work, which I'll probably talk about on Sunday when I might do my Sunday one. But good week so far. Getting into a normal vibe with the job, getting into a normal schedule for my food, for my lunches. I think finally got something down that's not too expensive and feeds me just about right and gives me enough variety in my fast food schedule because, of course, it's all fast food. But let me just go ahead and get on here with what we got going on in the news. We, of course, got E3 coming up. There's a bunch of buzz about E3 and a bunch of like announcements and whatnot. There's a Rock Band thingy, which was somewhat interesting. But of course, for me, what's really going to hold my interest at E3 is going to probably be hands down the Nintendo 3DS. And of course, this is just a mock-up of it. This isn't probably what it's going to look like. But there's basically been some new information about what it will and what it won't have. And I'm just very, very excited about the Nintendo 3DS. Now, I don't have a DS, and I'm just, as we all know, definitely kind of a whore for any type of new tech that's 3D-ish, like really 3D-ish. Like I was a early adopter of the Virtual Boy back in the day, and I still have it and love it. I think it's a great idea. It never gave me headaches, and I just love the idea of 3D gaming, 3D like viewing, I guess is more or less the thing to say. But I don't know what actually games I would play for it, but whatever apps it would have, I would probably be like, ooh, shiny. You know, as long as it has, apparently it's going to have cameras, which is cool. As long as it can play MP3s and surf the web, I'll be kind of almost sold on it right then and there as kind of just an extra product. I have a feeling it's probably going to be, around $300. I'm saying that right off the bat before E3. It's probably going to be $300, but I'm very much interested in it. More than I am so like the new drums for Rock Band, which my current drums are starting to go, but I'm not that worried about it. I am very much interested in the 3DS, and I'm going to say right now, the 3DS, whatever they're going to call it, is going to basically sweep the E3. Everybody's going to be talking about it. It's going to be a big to-do, and hopefully it'll be coming out this Christmas, and we'll be all excited about it. But in other gaming news, there's been confirmation that we will be getting Yakuza 4. So yay, I loved Yakuza 3, even though the cuts they made to it were kind of horrendous, but I still loved it for what it was. And now they're doing Yakuza 4, they're going to be bringing it over here. And apparently they shouldn't be cutting out that much because this one's going to have the 4 different characters, and you'll be 4 different playable characters besides Kazuma. So, and they're saying too that basically one of the characters, the Hostess Club, ties into directly, so they won't be able to easily cut that out. So hopefully we'll get the Hostess Club, and not get everything cut out, which was my big gripe about Yakuza 3. So that's kind of cool. Who knows? We could get my game of the year next year might be Yakuza 4, which this year might be Yakuza 3. Even though some games are kind of encroaching on Yakuza 3. Anyway, Game FAQ polls. Let's go ahead and go here. There was an announcement that they're going to be bringing Dreamcast games over to Xbox Live and PSN Network, which is going to be great and all. And the MFAQ poll for this week was like, hey, which game would you like? In which case, out of all those, I would really love Shenmue, but, I have it, I've played it on, the original and the remakes and whatnot on Xbox. Sonic Adventure would be cool, Jet Grind Radio would be great, but honestly, what game I would love to have on the Xbox Live, just because hopefully they would have it free online for it, would be, of course, Phantasy Star Online. If they release that kind of rezzed up, and so you could play with your friends online, that would be the game I would most want to see brought over from the Dreamcast era, in which case that's kind of like the second or third one. Shenmue's, of course, up there, and I'm a huge Shenmue fan, don't get me wrong, but I would really, really, if they re-rezzed all Shenmue, great, but they're not going to. So online-wise, I would love to have Phantasy Star. I would love to have Yakuza 3 before Shenmue, but whatever. And Sonic Adventure 2 was always kind of cool, and other games you see there. But other polls for this week are, have you ever lost a game on purpose to make your opponent feel better? Me, not really. I chose no. I let a weak opponent come close, like I didn't try to trash him, but I usually play for reals. The next one is, do you believe piracy is a real problem for the video game industry? And honestly, for me, not really. They're making billions of money. I'm not going to say I pirate games. I used to probably a bunch back in the day, not so much anymore nowadays. There's a lot of like piracy and whatnot, but I rent games. That's more or less the thing. Just pay a rental service and rent games. I mean, it's a bit cheaper than buying the games, and that's kind of the way to go. So I really don't think it's that much of a problem. I think the game makers and designers themselves are hurting themselves by the games they make and whatnot. The next one here is, what do you do when you see a spider in your home? Honestly, sometimes I let it be. I really don't. It's not harming anyone. I really just don't care. I don't really have that many insects crawling around the house, so I really don't know what to say. But I usually don't kill them. I usually just don't care. I let them go about their thing, unless they're like on the bed or something, and maybe I'll shoot them off. But that's really about it. Next poll is, how many years have you been playing video games? In which case, for me, it basically kind of goes to 16 to 20. I kind of started in the SNES and Genesis, and then kind of, I started off the PlayStation and Nintendo 64. I'm kind of around the 15-year point, which is kind of the majority of the people here, which is interesting. This kind of gives you probably the best example or the best diagram of what kind of people visit this Game FAQ site. And of course, we got GameFly, which, of course, I sent Green Day back, which I'll probably talk about more on Sunday. But I played it for 2 days, meh, and send it back. I'll be working on my reviews for Alpha Protocol and Green Day this weekend. I'll probably talk about them on Sunday and whatnot. But I've been enjoying Alpha Protocol. Probably going to be my second run later on tonight and start my third run this weekend. And of course, then I put through Metal Gear and Alan Wake in my queue. There's other games like Blur and Split Second that I'm thinking about putting in my queue, but who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I probably will once I do Alpha Protocol back. And Transformers, might be cool and all. We'll see what happens. But anywho, let's just go ahead. I'm talking fast now because my last couple videos have run long when I try to do my Friday one. But talk about the game here, which is going to be Dead or Alive Ultimate. Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate. This came in basically there was a pack released back in 04 of the re-res of Dead or Alive, the fighting game, and I remember picking this up dirt cheap for whatever reason. It came in a box set, so I have no idea where the other one is, but I'm not a big fan of the franchise, but, I always like to play the games just because, it's to say I can play them, and I did play it, I did enjoy it to a point, but fighting games I usually don't have that much of big of a draw for, except Blue Blaze was probably the recentest fighting game that I really, really enjoyed. But Dead or Alive, not beach volleyball, but better than beach volleyball 2. I like the first one more, but I already probably explained that. But good game. It's in my collection, and like I said, I'm going over all of them. Sunday's one I'll probably the game in my collection, which I'm looking at right now. It's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna talk about it. But other than that, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in 2 days, or next time, or whenever if you decide to watch this. Those 4 of you. So thanks, and have a good day.